Hey, hey, on time. Let's talk about it. Ooh, gotta adjust something, honey. Wanna fall as soon as I go live, but it's okay. We on time. Nevertheless, here we go with Clash of Italy. Still have the predictions thing because that is what's happening tonight. But I do want to talk some gossip real fast. Triple A and Chad Gable being revealed. That is the hot topic, y'all. YouTube. That is the hot topic. Chad Gable being revealed. So Luke Rick Kaiser, he didn't get revealed. Clearly, he's a huge star. And child, I need this. I just came from Aldi's. Give me 1 second, because I just came from Aldi's. But yes, bought some food for a barbecue Friday I'm having with my mom. So what I was saying, Chad Gable being revealed, is this something that we are happy with? Are we happy that the big reveal happened? A lot of people are saying that was a great match. I'll be honest, I don't really watch Triple A, so it's too much wrestling or too much WWE content for me, to be honest with you, to be watching all these shows. And I think it happens at like 10 o'clock at night, something like that. So I do not want to be watching wrestling that late. So yeah, I don't really watch that. But congratulations on this big moment for Chad Gable. I will say this, Ludwig Kaiser, it seems he's not getting punished at all. So again, not wishing that on him, but I'm just saying the way that they had him kiss his girlfriend. Again, Emma, she was the same one that got fired because they thought she stole a tablet, I think. But again, he's not getting punished. So maybe it is that story that the guy was a racist. I mean, WWE isn't clearly doing anything, so that may confirm what the stories were saying, that he was not in the wrong. Maybe they're going to make him take anger management classes. We're not saying him losing his job. I mean, we don't want that, but maybe they are making him do things behind the scenes that we're not aware of, like him taking anger management classes. You never know. But I will say, Triple A, the only thing I really know about it, YouTube, is Dominic Mysterio. Do like him a lot. So again, when he was on there, I think he might still be the champion. I was watching that a lot with Dominic Mysterio when I knew he would appear. Wrestling gossip again, Maxine Dupree. Let's talk about her. Again, I did state that she may go with the Vision. Soon she may go with the Vision as a heel, but I do want to talk about this, some injuries that we do have. So Ruka and Jacob Fatu. A lot of people are worried that plans will not happen for Clash in Italy due to these injuries. Yes, Clash in Italy, some people are saying that it's a lot of jeopardy going on with basically the people getting injured. I mean, this is a hot mess. I guess Jacob Fatu was injured during a house show, so that's unfortunate. I do know that some wrestlers were stating at one point they didn't want a lot of house shows because, again, it causes injuries. I don't know. I feel like Roman Reigns is still doing, you know me, I gotta edit my shit while I'm talking, so my apologies. But Roman Reigns, I guess, I don't think he could do an impromptu match where he would just face someone random. I mean, I guess it would have to be someone storyline wise where it would make sense, right? But I don't think that's going to happen. So maybe Jacob Fatu, if he's really injured or has something going on with him, maybe it'll be a shorter match. That's what I'm coming up with. Like, if he is injured or if he just healed, but it's not 100%, maybe they'll have like a 10-minute match instead of a 25-minute match, if that makes sense. Like, maybe plans change with how long the match is, but the match won't be canceled altogether. I will say this. I am a little excited for Clash in Italy. Yeah, I am a little bit excited for Clash in Italy, I'll be honest. I do like the overseas pay-per-views in Europe. As you know, I'm from Germany. That's where I was born. I have my grandma, my aunt, and my uncle who still live in Germany. I was there for my 29th birthday last year, my last 20th birthday, so I did make sure to go back home. So yeah, I do like it when they're in Europe. So I'm a little bit excited. I do feel like Gunther is going to win the championship. No, he is not from Italy, but that is in Europe. So you know, WWE likes to give a cheap pop to the country that they're in. Like, oh, we know that he's not from Italy, but he is from your country, so we're gonna give him the belt. Isn't that what happened with what's his name? Drew McIntyre, remember, didn't he win the championship belt the last time in Europe, but it wasn't actually where he was from. It was still in the same country. Let me think. Where is Drew McIntyre from? And happy Sunday, YouTube. How are you guys? I'm a little bit tired. Let me tell you about yesterday, because this is Marquelworld, all things pro wrestling news and my life. So let's talk about my life, right? So Saturday, I had a dentist appointment. That was at 10. I woke up at 8:45 to get ready. I got a voicemail. It was canceled. There was an emergency. I did have a oil change the same day. I like to get things done on the same day, so at least I have one day to myself on the weekend if I'm doing all these appointments, right? But then I did have an appointment at 1:30 for an oil change. They didn't start doing my car until 3:45 when I asked for my keys, because at 5 o'clock I was supposed to meet a friend. Me and her was going out for my birthday last week, so I had to meet her at 5. They didn't start touching it until 3:45 when I asked for my keys. I didn't leave until 4:55 or 5 o'clock, so I was a little late, but thankfully my friend just made it when I did. Me and my friend, we ate. Then on the same street, there's Trader Joe's. So I was like, okay, let's just walk there. It's not that far. Everything's different when you drive and when you walk. So going over there was a 28-minute walk, and going back was 28 minutes. At some point, we were like, okay, it's hot. Maybe we should just turn back around. But then we were like, okay, we already walked this far, so no, we're going to walk. So Saturday was busy. Then I went to Pride. That was in a city next to me, not the city I live in, but the city next to me. So I was probably back at 10:30. Then I went on Twitch. If you guys don't know, I have a Twitch account. I usually just do it once a week on Sunday or Saturday. I kind of push that in after I'm done with work, YouTube, TikTok, and other things in the gym. But yeah, then I went to Twitch. Then I finally went to sleep. So busy Saturday. Sunday, I talked to my grandma every Sunday, so I made sure to talk to her before I went live. Then I went to Aldi's before I went live to get some things for a barbecue for me and my mom, some steak and chicken and shrimp. So again, finally, when we watch this pay-per-view, I can finally just sit down for a moment. But let's continue. Again, I did not want to make a scene with the oil change, because I do not want to be that person known for making a scene, you know. Cody Rhodes, a lot of people are saying he needs to hang it up and not be a babyface anymore. I don't know if that's going to change his reaction. If people don't like Cody Rhodes as a person, why would they like him if he turns heel? So I don't know if a heel turn really is going to do it, or I don't know if a dramatic turn will do it. What I mean by that is someone betraying him that we never thought would do that. Again, he's not really affiliated with a lot of people. I'm trying to think who his friends are on screen. I mean, I don't see CM Punk betraying him. But again, a lot of people are already turning on Cody Rhodes. I do like him. I get it that he is like the new John Cena now. Roman Reigns clearly is a part-timer at this point, YouTube, so I do not want to be rude when I say that, but it's the fucking truth. So that being said, Cody Rhodes is now the babyface of the company. So they always get tired of the baby faces of the company, kind of like they got tired of Roman Reigns, kind of like they got tired of John Cena. They always get tired. So, let's continue to some wrestling news. Again, Jacob Fatu, I hope he does not have a major injury. Again, the way that they are reporting it is an injury, but I hope it's nothing too major. Let's do some wrestling news now. Again, I will say this week what caught my attention. Maybe if I would have watched AAA, I would have had more to say about that. But what caught my attention was AEW with Kevin Knight, right? Kevin Knight and his heel turn is very good. A lot of people, I will say this, are stating that Kevin Knight is not really known to the AEW fan base for people to care about it. I don't agree with that. I kind of get what they mean by that he's not like an AEW original at this point. He did make a debut a year ago or a year and a half ago. So I feel like he is someone that is a little known with the audience at this point. But I did like the heel turn. I did like him backstage with Kyle Fletcher. I did like Mike's Speedball. I liked his promo. A lot of people say he can't talk, or what's the point of his gimmick. I think he's supposed to be like a Karate Kid. Oh, sorry. So let's continue. That's what caught my attention. What else caught my attention? Seth Rollins. Oh, Montez Ford caught my attention. Him wrestling, that caught my attention on Monday Night Raw. But again, Javon Evans, he had a great match as well, so I kind of feel like Javon Evans' match was a little bit better, but Montez Ford, he did shine. I did like that a lot. But again, we do know that allegedly he does not want to leave Angelo Dawkins alone. Don't know how true that is. YouTube, but that is the chatter, why he never goes solo, that he does not want to leave his friend behind. I don't know how much I believe that, to be honest. The way he seems very hungry and very taking every moment, every opportunity when he's given it. I don't feel like he is someone that would turn down a solo push just to be on good graces with Angelo Dawkins. I mean, unless he thinks that Angelo Dawkins might get let go if there's no Street Profits, then there's really nothing for him. But again, that's not the way I feel for him. But maybe that's kind of how he looks at it. He's a little afraid if he does leave him as a solo competitor, basically, that he couldn't really rock it on his own. He may get the future endeavor phone call that we all know that WWE does after WrestleMania. But again, that would build a lot of resentment. I would feel like if you really felt like you wanted to do the solo shit, but you're not doing it because you're afraid that your friend will be let go. I mean, that's a lot of resentment built after a while. After a couple years go by, it's like, damn, I could have maybe had me a WrestleMania moment if I didn't keep pitching to stay in the Street Profits. Logan Paul continues to make progress following surgery to repair the torn tricep he suffered earlier this month. The WWE star and social media personality recently revealed that the operation was successful, sharing photos from the procedure and knowing that he remained awoke throughout. While he is expected to be sidelined for several months, Paul has now provided another update on his recovery. Through a series of Instagram stories, Paul gave fans a closer look at the healing process. One image highlighted, let's get on to it. Crazy how I went from body slamming 300-pound dudes to barely being able to bounce a ball. Life comes at you fast, kids, Paul wrote. Recovery from a torn tricep can often take between 6 and 9 months, though neither Paul nor WWE have announced a specific. So where is the damn update? Wrestling news source? Because you really didn't give us. So, okay. So we got some news about Ric Flair, allegedly. Let me change this, y'all. Happy Sunday, because now we're not really talking about Clash in Italy, so it's might as well just change this now. So let me do this, because, again, we talked Clash in Italy, but we're not talking about that no more. So let's put the general gossip thumbnail, because now we're just talking shit now. Well, I am. But I'm reading the wrestling blog sites. Again, Ric Flair, I saw some of this. I really didn't know what to think of this. So here goes my natural reaction. Because again, I don't even know what the lawsuit is about, to be honest, to really speak on it. So here we go. I won't be surprised if Randy and Drew pop out on the show. Nobody's really talking about that. Yes, I saw some of that because I do follow Matt Riddle, and I think Scarlett was on it as well. Was it MLW Fusion? Isn't that what they call this show? I did see maybe some of it. Wasn't it on YouTube? I like Matt Riddle a lot, so I'm not gonna lie, I like him a lot. So again, soon my documentary about him is coming out. But again, I do like him a lot, so I do kind of keep up with MLW only for him. And I will really watch what he does. I think I saw Jack Hammerstein was on there. Is that his name? Jack Hammerstein, the buff guy. I think I saw him on there too. So I watched some of that when I got home. Didn't really watch it live, but I did watch some of it. Yeah, so yep. I remember because I watched some of that. So I'm actually proud of myself to say I did watch some of that because I do keep up with MLW a little bit sometimes. Shotzi, I feel like MLW is kind of coming up. I feel like they would need a streaming deal or maybe a TV deal. Again, I did state before that TV is dying these days. So the new thing is to get a streaming deal like with a Netflix, a Hulu, a Prime, because a lot of people are using that these days for other shows. Again, streaming is the now. That's why you have shows that are on Netflix only, on Prime only, like Alex Cross. Again, the Stranger Things Netflix. So again, maybe they can get a TV deal though. I do feel like TV deals are kind of not becoming that hard, I would think, since TV is no longer the it thing no more. So I would think that these TV networks or these cable networks, when they do negotiations, they kind of would be like, you know what, we do need some shit on our channels to bring people to watch. I mean, at some point, there's really nothing to watch on TV. Why would we even bother to go back to it? So eventually, they would want us to come back, right? So that being said, MLW, maybe they can get them a small TV deal. Maybe they can get them on Pop TV. Again, I know I say that shit all the time, or Ion, but again, these are smaller networks where I realistically see wrestling going to, and the network and wrestling both benefited on that. Again, MLW might get 80,000 views, 90,000 views, or even 150,000 views if they go on a TV network. But again, that's no shame because their social media presence, and they could keep their YouTube channel at the same time. So they're just expanding their audience. I heard Triple A was really good, and I was so confused yesterday because I do follow The Undertaker, and at some point I had to think, I was like, this has to be like a fake page because this Undertaker is tweeting a lot about Triple A. Then I found out, I guess he was the one that wrote or produced the show. I was like, oh, that makes sense because he was retweeting. I was like, damn, he's not asleep yet? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm like, damn, he really stayed up to watch this shit? Then I realized, oh, I think he had something to do with that. But yeah, that's what I mean. Triple A, MLW, they're getting a lot of buzz. I mean, even NWA with the viewerships is doing well. I did want to talk about NWA. I feel like they're almost about to beat TNA Impact. And luckily, I do have it recorded, the NWA from yesterday. Again, I was out all yesterday because the oil change that was supposed to happen at 1:30 didn't happen until 3:45. But again, I'm trying to look for the ratings for NWA. But again, Jack Hammerstone, I think he's someone that I see a lot. But okay, let's get back to the gossip real fast. Ric Flair says he is not suing his son, asks him to not sell his robes. Okay, so I don't even know why his son would be selling his robes. Is he that broke? Just gotta be real with you. Why the hell are you selling your dad's robes? Okay. Ric Flair says that he's not suing his son, also asking his son to not sell his robes that he had let him use during his career. In a social media post on Friday, Rick would accuse an unnamed person of using his trademark on the Flair name. He would warn the individual to clear this up by Monday, or else he'll have to deal with attorneys. Flair would later confirm that the individual was his son who was using the Flair name for a recycling business. Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense because I'd be like, why the hell would his son, now what, in his 40s now, be like, okay, I want to start selling my dad's robes. So, okay, that makes sense. In a new social media post, Ric Flair would note that he would obviously not be suing his son, and in the post would also tell him to not sell any more of his robes that he had. I'm obviously not suing my son. Just remind him that you can't have the best of both worlds. Use your God's given name, Flair, Flier, which isn't worth a cup of coffee, or your wife's name, who has 3 generations of success. Also, oh damn, who has had 3 generations of success. Damn, not him saying use your wife's name. Also, please don't sell my robes that I let you use during your career, as you have already sold one. You're 47 years old now. Stand on your own 2 feet, please. Ooh, that was shade. That was shade. I don't know if me and him can come back from that. You know, damn, he put him on Front Street. Let me pull this up. Is this real? This was from Fightful. Oh, Lord, child. You know I'm messy. I need to see the comments, baby. You know I'm messy. I need to see the comments, what they saying, because I need to see. Ooh, Lord, he threw a lot of shade, honey. I don't see this. They lying. They lying. I'm about to say this is a lot of shade. I don't even see this unless he deleted it. Okay, let me copy and paste his status. Let me copy and paste it, because I'm about to say that was a lot of shade he threw. This page doesn't exist. Okay, so he must have deleted it. I think he might have deleted that tweet, because you know what? You know, some things it's a little hard to come back from. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. That's almost a phone call. So yeah, I don't see that tweet. So I don't know if maybe they thought that ChatGPT or AI said that. I didn't see that. Okay, so again, I don't see the tweet, but I believe he might have said that. But again, that's weird that I can't see the tweet. And if he really was that bold to say something like that, I would have thought that he would have kept it up. Who says something that bold and then deletes it an hour later? Unless he realized he didn't text him, but that sounded like that was something public. He was like, you're 41 years old, you know. So it seems like he was talking in third person. So again, this is confusing. He was never going to sue his son. Yeah, that would take a lot of paperwork, and that would be a lot of social media and gossip chatter. Just the talks of the lawsuit happening. I mean, again, maybe he's disappointed that he didn't become a full-time wrestler like Charlotte Flair. So maybe he's like, if you don't even want to do this full-time, or you didn't want to commit to it like your sister, why are you using the Flair's last name? Use Flair the way that it's originally spelled, Fleir. Don't do Flair to get viewerships. Okay, so Matt Hardy, WrestlingInc.com, even though I don't think Matt Hardy liked his time in AEW, but clearly he's still watching. Matt Hardy explains how he'd utilize Mick Foley as a promoter following AEW's debut. After parting ways with WWE Pro Wrestling legend, Mick Foley is now All Elite, with his official AEW debut coming on last weekend's Double or Nothing buy-in. If given the power to book Foley himself moving forward, former AEW star Matt Hardy would establish the former world champion as a regular fixture on the program. The finer details, however, would depend on Foley's personal visions for his AEW run. If I had Mick Foley at my disposal, first and foremost, I would see what he was up for, Hardy says on this Extreme Life of Matt Hardy. Again, everyone has a podcast these days. No shade. It's no longer a passion no more. It's just people talking to their fans. Now they have a podcast. Remember when people used to have podcasts, when they actually wanted to talk about certain subjects and they wanted to put it out there? Now everyone that had a career or not doing shit, I guess they make a podcast real fast. Again, not talking about him, no shade. I'm just saying it seems everyone these days has a podcast to the point you can't even keep up because everyone is making one. But I think he would be great as not necessarily a figurehead like a GM. He would be great as a character on your show. Having Mick Foley on your show is going to be beneficial, especially because he is such a mainstream name. Casual fans will tune in for him. I would definitely utilize him on there and have him as a regular recurring character. If Mick was up for doing something physical, I would be opposed to it. Okay, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Okay, is what he said. So basically, he wouldn't be opposed to it if Mick Foley wants to get in the ring. So again, MJF, Mick Foley, that will be a great two people pairing together basically, and bouncing off of each other's energy. But let's do this. Oh, you is so crazy, Frank. I'm like, huh? But then I realized, oh, okay, you're talking about that tweet. So that makes sense. Maybe he was drunk. And he tweeted that, and then it got deleted. I feel like sometimes, like, the internet can wipe shit off of people's phones. I do know that. There was at one point, what was this, like a year ago, there was a celebrity. And do you know, like, the Instagram thing where it says contact? I remember the celebrity had their phone number on there. And I remember I just screenshotted it, and it was their actual phone number, I think. But then I remember recently I went on there, it was no longer on there. But then I remember it was no longer on my phone as a screenshot. So I do feel like sometimes these internet can scrub things off of people's devices. So this is really weird that this tweet came out, but now we can't find it no more. Kind of like this example I gave, how this celebrity had their phone number on the contact tab on Instagram. It was on there with the actual number because it was an iPhone number, but I had no reason to text them. But I was like, oh yeah, this is not like a green number. This is an actual iPhone number. But then they must have realized that, you know, when they put their Instagram, they put their phone number. It was actually on their page. So recently they got rid of it. But then I was like, okay, I thought I still had on my screenshots. It was gone. So again, they can scrub shit off of your phone if they want to. I believe that because, again, I know I didn't delete that screenshot. So where did it go? It disappeared when the person deleted that off of their Instagram. But it's like, how did you delete that screenshot off of my phone? I never deleted it. But again, I had no reason to text it, but I always thought it was funny. I'm like, oh no. I was like, they're going to get rid of this once they realize that it's for the public. I'm like, let me just screenshot this phone number. But then again, once they deleted it, I went back to my screenshots and I'm like, oh, okay. So now it's gone all of a sudden, my screenshot. I'm like, child, bye. So Matt Hardy, again, some people are saying TNA needs to let the Hardy Boys become solo stars. I don't know. I would not be opposed to that myself. Maybe one last run with the TNA Impact World Heavyweight Championship. Either men can have. Was any of them a former TNA champion? I feel like one of them were. Was one of the Hardy Boys TNA World Champion? I feel like one of them was Matt. Oh yeah, yes, both members of the Hardy Boys became TNA World Champions. Jeff is a 3-time TNA, and Matt is a 2-time. So maybe Matt would get one more reign. He would tie his brother's reigns with 3-time, or maybe Jeff Hardy. Again, I could see one of them having the title. Again, they present the Hardy Boys as the face of the companies. They're always putting them at the main events. They're always in the middle of the flyers. We all know that they're wrestling legends at this point, let's be real, the Hardy Boys, so that's why TNA is always trying to put them as the focal point of their advertisement, but still, the WWE, oh lord, not me saying WWE, a TNA World Heavyweight Championship run for either men, I think that would maybe get them a little bit more viewerships because people would know who the TNA World Champion is. I feel like this, even though people don't really watch TNA as much, they still know who the champions are because they're talked about on the internet or they get interviewed a lot, so they're in a lot of people's recommended videos or on people's timelines. Even if you don't watch TNA, I mean, but still, if the TNA champion is being interviewed, they're on Chris Van Vliet, and you watch Chris Van Vliet, you would see the Hardys if they were the World Heavyweight Champion. Then you'd be like, oh, okay, they're the champion of TNA. Maybe I need to watch TNA again. So again, maybe put the belt on them. Just them being on the posters is not going to do shit because, again, that's y'all trying to advertise your show, but them becoming the champion and doing PR stuff, that would help. Again, TNA World Tag Team Championships, I don't really feel like a lot of people would watch TNA to watch them become tag champions again. I feel like that's a given that they would be champions. I feel like them being world champions would be a little bit more surprising, especially at their age at this point. We already have Adam Copeland and Christian Cage as tag team champions of AEW in their old school. Oh, which one would you want to see become the champion? Are you saying you would want Jeff to become the champion? Because I do feel like if they did have maybe a solo reign as a champion, maybe that would bring more buzz and more attention to TNA. I will say this, Mustafa Ali, I love him look-wise. I think he's one handsome gentleman. But I would say this, he does not bring star power to me like a WWE star. I don't feel like he is World Heavyweight Championship material in WWE. I'm just being real. I guess this little run he's having in TNA is good. Again, no shade to him. I just don't see World Heavyweight Championship with him if he goes back to WWE, and it's very clear that he really wants to go back. Just the way he tried to showcase himself as a bigger deal than I really think he is, to be honest with you. I feel like Jason Hodge is a little bit younger than him, a little bit looks nicer than him, has the same maneuvers, and he's not getting as pushed because he's not a former WWE talent like Mustafa Ali. Let's just be fucking real. If Jason Hodge was also a former WWE talent, he would be getting a mega push just like Mustafa Ali. Again, TNA likes to push former WWE talent because they feel like they already have a fan base instead of pushing their own talent like a Jason Hodge. And that is the disconnect on why people don't like TNA as much. Because TNA at some point was never supposed to be a feeder system or a comeback system. What I mean by comeback system, people are using that promotion TNA to come back to WWE once they get released. So they're using it as their comeback, as a look at me, I'm strength, I'm the international champion, y'all made a mistake, hire me back. And that's clearly what I feel like Mustafa Ali is doing. I mean, he has a whole group surrounded by him. Really? Is he really that bitch that he needs a whole group for him? Okay, so I think Kevin Knight is a future AEW champion. I do agree with that. I don't know if you were here when I was talking earlier, but I did state that was one of the highlights of this week to me was the heel stuff. Mike Speedball, a lot of people were talking about his promo sucked, and he can't really speak, and it was pre-taped. A lot of people did bring that out, but I don't feel like he sucks. I actually liked it. I felt like it was very short and to the point. Like, you know what? We not on this road together, but we're on the opposite side. See you next week. You know, it was very generic, I guess, but it was also very like, oh, okay. I guess they're gonna fight now. I mean, it wasn't horrible. It was just very generic. But again, maybe that's why people don't like his promo skills, because it's not very personal, or it's not very creative. Maybe that's why they don't like his promos, Mike Speedball. But I do think he's handsome too. Kevin Knight clearly is too. Kevin Knight has the looks, clearly. He's handsome. He's very cocky. I always thought that he was cocky when he was a babyface. I never thought someone with sunglasses, purple hair, doing this to themselves, looking in the mirror, is someone being a babyface. That seems more of a tweener, because he was always so much into his looks. I mean, but we can say that with Carmelo Hayes, can't we? He was very into his looks as well. I will say this, I hate to compare the blacks. I'm black myself, so I'm just being honest. I hate to compare the blacks, but he kind of is kind of like a Carmelo Hayes, the gimmick, you know, flashy, pretty boy who can wrestle. Lightweight / heavyweight. I feel like he's a little bit better than Carmelo Hayes with the presentation. They're almost the same gimmick if you think about it. Pretty boy looks. Pretty boy swag. Hey, pretty boy swag. This right here is my jam. Remember that song, Soulja Boy, when he used to have some hits? Pretty boy swag. That's what I think about when I see them. Really pretty boys. But, who can wrestle. I feel like Kevin Knight, though, is actually being presented as a World Heavyweight Champion, unlike Carmelo Hayes, who's only presented as a mid-card champion on the main roster. I will say this, in NXT, he was presented as World Heavyweight Champion material. I think he even won it at some point, if I'm not mistaken. I thought he did. How old is he, Carmelo Hayes? Carmelo Hayes is 31. I'm 30, so Carmelo Hayes, NXT champion. So he was the NXT champion, so I was right. So Carmelo Hayes is 31. And Kevin Knight, I know he's younger, but not as much. But Kevin Knight is 29. So 2 years difference. So again, he's a little bit younger. He's not too much. I mean, if they're both going to be in the senior homes, this is what I tell people these days, honey. The older you get, the more you throw a little shade back. You be like, oh, we going to be in the senior home at the same time. So I guess they would be in the senior home at the same time, 29, 31. I mean, come on now. I guess you can push me a little bit, but you belong in here with me, boo. So there's not that much of an age difference. But again, he has a couple years, 2 years, more than him, I guess, wrestling wise, if you want to consider it by age. But again, people retire different stages of their lives, and injury always plays a part. So we can't really compare age these days either. People compare age, but injury also plays a part. So again, I do feel like Carmelo Hayes and Kevin Knight kind of have similar gimmicks. Again, Pretty Boy Swag by Soulja Boy. This right here is my jam. That is what they remind me of. Again, Kevin Knight, the heel turn, I do like. I feel like Carmelo Hayes had a heel turn at some point. He was a heel in NXT with Trick Williams before he came on the main roster. Do like this Kevin Knight heel turn. I do enjoy it a lot. The heel turn made sense. Again, that's almost why I keep calling him a tweener, because it did make sense that he went heel. I mean, you can do the fucking job, so I'm doing it. I want to be the champion. I want my opportunity. You didn't take your opportunity. I want mine. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Chelsea Green, speaking of opportunity, she got a win recently. Underrated. I will say that she can actually wrestle. If you watch TNA, Laura Van Rys, when she had the pink lipstick, the purple, the red lipstick stained all over her, looking crazy as hell. Remember that? She actually can wrestle. So again, this gimmick shit, I understand. She states that she's okay with it. She likes it. She likes being goofy. But what's she going to say? I don't like it. I want to be the World Women's Champion. Again, I feel like she does state that she likes being that comedian person that loses sometimes, that puts over the next person, that's funny. But again, I would want to be the world champion. Come on now. I mean, that's every wrestler's dream to win the championship. Hey, Spetty. Oh, what you talking about? Really? So you can't watch? Let me see. Let me get mine on. Because I didn't even try yet. But I'm assuming you're talking about the pre-show, right? You can't watch it? I know it's on YouTube, the pre-show. Sad thing is, I don't use my VPN. Only use it when I'm watching these pay-per-views. So let me go to the last one. See what I'm saying? Like right now, I have to give them permission to even allow the VPN. That's how long it's been since I used it, that they want permission. I do remember Netflix was being like, you must sign in or give permission. I was like, what? Y'all getting real strict, baby. I remember it emailed me that I had to give permission. Let's see. Y'all, you is cracking me up, Spetty. What is that? Clash? Mine's still working. Luckily, mine's still working. It says it's going to be live soon. Live event today at 1:57. So mine's still working, but usually works better on my cell phone. And I do say on my laptop it works sometimes, and then I would have to just mirror it onto my TV that's on my Wi-Fi, and then I can watch the pay-per-view. I just mirror my Netflix and put it on the TV, but usually it's better on my phone. There used to be a cord that you could plug in your phone and put in your TV, but I was like, this is too much. I'm just going to put it on my laptop and put it on the big screen. Oh, okay. That's understandable because it seems you want to be a fan of Sami Zayn. You like Sami Zayn. You really want him to win. So that's why you hate to say it because you want to like it. It seems like you don't want to dislike it. But Sami Zayn is someone that had too many L's for me to the point when he is now in a serious position. It's kind of like, okay, but these last 5 years, what was that? You losing all the time. So I understand, like, after years of him losing constantly when it really mattered, now it's kind of like, what is this going to lead to? We already watched this over and over again and nothing has happened. The only time he does have something meaningful is if Kevin Owens is involved with it, and then that's the only time I really care about his feuds. The mid-card championships, okay, I was happy the first time he won the mid-card title, but then after a while I was like, okay, this is all WWE clearly has for him, that he's going to keep winning the mid-card championship every time he loses the world championship opportunity. They just give him the mid-card championship, then he has a run, and then he has a new feud. He loses the championship match again when he challenges for it, and then he's back to the mid-card scene. He wins it, and then he tries to get the world heavyweight championship. He's been doing that for like 4 years now, so it has gotten old. I'm going to watch Spetty is probably like I wanted to watch the pay-per-view, but Netflix is being weird. I would recommend, if you are using a VPN, do not jump different servers. That's also something that would probably trigger the system. How one day you in Canada, next day you in Germany, next day you in Africa, so again, if you're going to use it, I would try to keep using the same server instead of keep jumping servers, because after a while Netflix might be like, how are they traveling to all these places? I'm going to watch the PLE with my cable. So again, I stated cable is dead, but this is something good, I guess, that people like Frank who still have it get a discount or free. I'm not sure how that works, but they would get a discount, or maybe it's free. I do know some cable companies, they do have that ESPN Plus attached to their monthly bill, so there is no additional charge, right? I remember they did state more companies was going to be part of that. Even some streaming companies like YouTube TV was going to be part of that, but who knows? I have Sling TV. I pay $50 a month for that. That has live cable. I can record things, kind of like I stated with NWA. Since I have comments on Sling TV, and that's a live channel comment, I can record the episode when it's live and then watch it later. It does have an on-demand Sling TV. Again, $50 a month. You can watch it on your phone and on your TV clearly, and have like 2 profiles or 2 people on it. But I don't watch the on-demand because again, there's advertisements on demand. So it's kind of, what's the point? I might as well just record NWA in the episodes because I can actually fast forward. Okay, it is free. So that makes sense. That makes sense because you're already paying probably a hefty fine for the cable. So again, cable is not cheap. So again, if you're paying a hefty fine just for the cable itself, it would make sense that they're giving you access to things like this. Probably would have ads. No shade. I'm not throwing shade, but that's what they like to do. When they give you something that comes with your plan, they will give you the ad version. They're not going to give you the ad free, but I don't even know if ESPN Plus, I don't even think they have an ad free version for these pay-per-views. And a pay-per-view is going to have the advertisements that's built into it. It doesn't matter if you have ad free or not. But again, Gunther losing is not on my agenda today. I feel like he will win. Cody Rhodes losing, I do feel like. Chad Gable now losing. Maybe he will go back on Raw, but a lot of people say this is kind of disrespectful to the Mexican culture, which I don't know if that is, since they like it, that they have 2 people that aren't even from there actually wearing these masks and fighting and, main eventing. I don't feel like it's disrespectful. If they like it, they like it. So again, Chad Gable, clearly he's not from Mexico. And Lurit Kosger, isn't he from like Germany? Like me, I was born in Germany. Family's in Germany. I was just in Germany for my 28th birthday. So again, yeah, he's from Germany. So again, some people say it's disrespectful. Again, this is on X. Having people from different countries actually playing these these Mexican wrestlers, and taking TV time. Again, I think that's very exaggerated, to be honest. It's giving them something to do, and it's giving AAA more life again. So I am glad that they did have a great show, but again, I don't look too much into shit like that. If it's disrespectful or not, I don't feel like it is. Again, they like it, so if they like it over there and they're paying to see that shit, why would I be offended? Again, I hate when people, that's why sometimes I can't even go on X. But again, Chad Gable, I feel like will do good on Raw. I don't feel like they're going to make him World Heavyweight Champion. I don't feel like he will. I will have to watch the replay for that, because again, I watched MLW when I got home, some of that, so I did not get the chance to watch AAA. Again, I don't watch that much because there was too much advertisement on their stuff on their YouTube page. I noticed MLW, they'll have an ad here or there, but AAA, they'll have an advertisement like every 5 minutes. It'll be like a minute advertisement that I have to watch, to the point I'm like, okay, I'm over it. So again, they did that with NXT Stand and Deliver, and when they aired that, there were a lot of ads that were playing during the pay-per-view. So again, I didn't like all the ads, to the point I couldn't really enjoy the show. But maybe I need to give them a try again. Again, I know there was this lady that hit Chad Gable or Kaiser with something. So again, I know she's popular. She's on the WWE 2K26 menu for the DLC or the when you earn points. So I do see her a lot on the main screen. But again, since I don't follow AAA, I don't even know who she is, to be honest. I just know of her. Okay, so you're watching the replay after the show. So, okay, so the show starts soon. It's 1:47. It starts at 2. So I did want to start talking about that. Again, let's talk real fast what they're doing on the pre-show on X, just to see what's going on. Okay, so World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns steps into Tribal Combat today. Okay, so he's getting ready. So they're still advertising. Oba. He arrived. WWE discussed alternative plans for Roman Reigns' opponent at Clash in Italy due to Jacob Fatu's injury. Per FIFO, Drew McIntyre was one of the names discussed as a potential replacement. That was just done. I don't know how that would make sense storyline-wise. Again, I don't know how that would make sense storyline-wise. That would be nice to see him, of course. But again, we just don't know he's going to lose. Because, again, he really has no feud with Roman Reigns right now. So, yeah. I will guess if he does make an appearance, or he is the one that replaces him, clearly he's going to lose, but I never thought Roman Reigns would lose his title that fast. Again, TNA Wrestling, allegedly they did not let Leon Slater surpass the longest reigning X Division Championship. Longest reign, they did let him tie it, but there are a lot of rumblings that Leon Slater may head to WWE or go to AEW. Therefore, TNA is trying to protect TNA, and they did not let him pass Austin Aries' reign due to that. So again, TNA can be petty too, but again, a lot of these companies can be real petty. TNA is not really doing well. viewerships, a lot of people are saying. I feel like it's okay. I just feel like they need more star power into that division, or try to focus on building more stars. I do like the dark shit that they do. A lot of wrestling companies don't do that, but again, I feel like something may need to change. But again, since we have 10 minutes, I feel like they're going to do a lot of video packages before the actions even fucking starts. You know how they like to do. Give us like a 10-minute video package before we even get to the pay-per-view. And then they're going to have someone singing or doing an introduction, or have something about Italy for 5 minutes. So by the time it's like 1:25, that's when the actual show is going to start. So I'm about to get off. I'm probably going to make another video, depends on what happens, because I really want to see what's going on. If Drew McIntyre does show up, that would be nice, but again, I feel like he would just lose, so I don't like that. I would not want Drew McIntyre just to come just to lose. It's a little bit silly, don't you think? He's going to come back to his home country, I guess Europe, right, just for him to lose a championship match that had no substance, no storyline, no nothing to it. It was just him returning due to Jacob Fatu being injured, and they needed someone else to take the L. Again, is that a way we want Drew McIntyre to return, just to take an L? Let me know. I don't think that's the way we want him to return. Jacob Fatu, I guess him losing this opportunity is not going to be the worst thing for him. Let's be real. He is from the Samoa family with Romans, Jay, Jimmy, we can even say Solo. So, what's his name? Rikishi, Umaga. So they are well respected within the WWE management and WWE universe, and I don't see this hurting his push if he does not come tonight. Again, his family name holds a lot of weight. His family heritage is with wrestling, kind of like Natalya Neidhart or Cody Rhodes' daughter. They probably have a opportunity for sure to be in WWE just because of that last name, and they do want to continue that storyline within the WWE universe. You have to think about that sometimes these families that they have, these generational families, they kind of like to continue the storyline with their daughters, and kind of go back from 40 years, like Charlotte Flair's dad was Ric Flair, and then show Ric Flair's career. So again, WWE kind of likes when they have generational talent where they come from different generations, because again, they had their father, their grandfather, their uncle on their television shows. So it's kind of like a continuation. Again, this is World Wrestling Entertainment. It's not all about wrestling. It's also about the entertainment part, which is the soap opera, which is the drama, which is the TV show, which is the storylines. And again, storyline, having real life uncles, grandpas, generations worth. They like a long story. Again, a lot of people say they don't like these long stories, but WWE, they do like them long term. Just the booking isn't well sometimes. Let me look at some more news. Oba is getting a push. Again, I will say this about Ricky's... Oh, girl, I was about to say Ricky Starks. But I know his name is Ricky Saints. I do like him a lot. Again, I feel like he's handsome. I do like him a lot. I feel like he's the hottest one on the roster. But I feel like he's not the hottest one with the reaction right now. So a lot of people are worried about Ricky Saints and what will happen to him. A lot of people are saying that it's just not catching on. I do like the gimmick. So I don't see nothing wrong with it. I feel like it's different. I feel like a lot of people weren't doing this gimmick. You may say that the other guy kind of is like him. What's his name? The one that be with The Miz? Something Wilson. So again, they're already talking about him on Reddit. Okay, this is a good thing. He's good, but like Julia, he was just kind of thrust into the spotlight with no clear direction. It's still early, but if anything like Julia, he'll get no TV time, and people will question why he's not over. Ooh, I hope he don't be like that. Julia was a missed opportunity with WWE. She was very featured in her NXT days. Remember that CW debut? I feel like she was featured on that. And Stephanie Vakal, they did come at the same time, so I feel like they kind of overshadowed each other since they both came from Japan, right? Or from different countries, and they both came to the United States into the NXT territory. So I feel like having both women come kind of with the same storyline from a different country coming to NXT to build their name in the WWE system in America, I feel like they both came at the same time too soon, to the point the storylines were too similar, to the point it had to be either or. It had to be either Stephanie Vakal, again, I feel like that's how you pronounce her name, so no, I'm not coughing. I feel like her name is pronounced Stephanie Vakal. But again, I feel like it had to be either her or Julia. They both had the same storylines. They're both kind of the same age. They do clearly have different figures. One has more assets than the other, right? One's taller than the other. Well, I think they're both short, but again, one has more assets than the other. Different look. I feel like Stephanie Vakal, she does have more of a grown woman sexy look. Like, I'm a grown ass woman and I'm sexy and I can wrestle, but I'm that grown ass woman sexy look. Kind of like Anna Williams from Tekken. Sexy, feminine, but still can kick ass and do what she has to do. Kind of like Anna Williams. But Julia, I don't know how to explain her style. She's more of like, I don't want to say she's more like a regular New Japan pro wrestler from Japan that's coming to America to wrestle. Again, high flying, sparkly hair, sparkly, makeup on her, tiny, can move fast. I mean, we could say that about most of them. So again, I feel like she's very, not generic, but she kind of has her own touch to her. Again, her with the dreadlocks, did not like that, but again, her with the purple hair or the little silver hair that she had when she first debuted, again, it kind of gave star power, different from the other girls from New Japan Pro Wrestling. She kind of looked like one of them with the sparkling and the makeup, but then she also kind of looked like she was a star in her own right, where she had some kind of mysterious characteristics to her. So again, kind of sad that both of them came at the same time. That's what I'm getting at. Julia and Stephanie Vakal, kind of like Ricky Saints. They are saying just thrown and then eventually just don't have anything for him. Again, Julia, that was the same way. I mean, she was even made a big deal facing whatchamacallit, Roxanne. Wasn't she facing Roxanne Perez when she came in NXT, talking about, I'll take your women's championship belt? That ain't the same lady we seeing now. Even if, okay. Oh, I see we got more people. So, I was going to say, Chad, I was going to get off soon. But, hey, I'm going to keep talking. I thought y'all was going to go put on ESPN and leave. So, since y'all still here, let me keep talking. So, even if Gunther wins the title, SmackDown will still be bad. I feel like the scenery on SmackDown is bad as a whole. I feel like we need a WWE draft. No, we don't need no fake draft where they draft and then they keep it for a month and then 2 months later people from different brands are coming and then the general managers aren't really doing shit about it. Just saying, and then that's all they do. But they really don't even, no consequences for coming on the other show. I feel like we may need some new general managers. I don't know. I'm sorry. Adam Pearce doesn't do it for me sometimes. I don't know. He's kind of boring to me sometimes. And again, Nick Aldis, I like him as a wrestler, but his decision making on air and him always saying, oh, okay, you guys want to fight? You guys want to fight? Match right now or match tonight. It's kind of like, did you ever have anything fucking planned before this bullshit? So again, they kind of make him look silly, him on air. Gunther, again, him winning. Again, he was already the champion of Monday Night Raw. So again, I don't know if that really pushed the viewerships for them. But again, I guess they are trying to stick with the formula, Gunther being champion. So again, don't know if that is going to be something that we want to see. Again, WWE needs to be a little bit creative a little bit sometimes. Why don't you have maybe someone that is an oddball win? Maybe a Ricky Saints could win. Again, I would love that, maybe because I feel like he's hot. But still, I would love it. I always liked his stuff in AEW. I did like his spear. I don't even think he does that anymore. Remember, he used to do a spear all the time? But if you give us people that we're not expecting, I guess that would kind of make it a little bit more interesting. I mean, Ricky Saints, Trick Williams, I guess him winning would be a little expected, but that'll be a new blood that is now holding the torch. Again, Gunther holding the torch and running the division. We already seen that. So we don't need to see it again, not even a year later. Again, this also shows that they have no faith in Gunther, that the only time he is important is if he's retiring someone or he's winning the title. Other than that, he can't have a regular feud. So it's kind of weird that he always has to be in the title picture or he has to be retiring someone for him to get over. It's gotten old. You can't always win the championship. You can't always chase it. What happened to the Charlotte Flair shit? Remember her? My new ex-friend? Yeah, I like to put that out sometimes. But remember her? They always like to talk about her always winning the belt. What about him? He's always in the title scene. Damn, I don't want to see him always winning the belt or retiring somewhere. Give us a good feud. Can you not feud with someone? Can you not go back and forth and have a promo? Can you not make a feud that maybe would lead to a title scene? That the champion in the background, like, okay, I see you. Okay, maybe you need to face me for my title. Instead of you always, I want the championship. Give me a title match now. Again, Gunther winning, I will not be surprised, but I do see him winning. Again, it's cheap heat. It's a cheap pop because he's in Europe, even though he's not from there. Kit Wilson, yes, thank you. It's Kit Wilson that is like Ricky Saints. Thank you. I knew it. I didn't want to say his first name because I knew if I would say it would be wrong. But yes, that's kind of who Ricky Saints reminds me of a little bit. New sub, keep writing. Oh, thank you, Fidge Fender. How are you? Are you going to watch Clash in Italy today? I would say tonight. I'm so used to saying tonight. But again, clearly, it's only 2 p.m., baby. Let's use the VPN. Like Spetty was saying, he said it wasn't working. So let's see if it's working. Because I know it just started. Kind of like I told you, it's probably going to be like a promo package of Italy and then of what's going on. So let me make sure I mute this baby because I've been talking a long time just for me to play some audio, just for this hour conversation to be muted and copyright. Y'all got me messed up. So let me make sure. This device sometimes it be acting up sometimes. I be turned it down and then all of a sudden it turned up. So I ain't trying to, give me a minute. Oh, they going straight to the action. So it's working on my VPN. Again, I like to put it on the laptop that I'm on right now and then screen it. But damn, they starting right to it. Damn, look at that's already Gunther. They not even wasting no time, baby. They said we gonna get him the title right now. And we not playing no games. We're going to give you y'all little cheer. Yay, he won. And then we're going to move on to the bullshit. Look at this. We talking about him right now. He on his way to the ring, boo. He already trying to win that championship. They ain't wasting no time. Damn, they didn't even give a little promo. I thought they was going to give, in Italy. I thought they was going to do that. They didn't even do that. Lord, they already starting fast. They ain't playing no games. Let me turn off the subtitles. See, it works better on the phone, but they already... Okay, who we have? Again, it's on mute because I am not trying to get what I'm doing and me talking muted. So again, Clash of Italy, as you see. Again, Spady, I don't know what you're using, boo, but come on now. Maybe you're going to have to message me because of what you're using. They out of touch, honey. They need to update their system, but it's working fine for me. No shade. Do love your support. But I don't know what they doing with you. Okay, can we move on to Gunther? Like, why are we showing these people so long? Okay, we get it. Alright, baby. I don't want to see these people. This is my live commentary. Again, I'm watching on the screen. So, again, he already taken out his stuff. I think he looked cool, too. But he already ready. Look at him. Okay, he do got a nice figure, Gunther. A lot of people don't talk about him being hot either. But, yes, look at him. He ready to win the championship. He already ready. Look at, damn, it's 205. Damn, bitch, didn't it start at 2? He already like, I'm on this shit. Come on, give me my little belt right now. It's not even 2. Damn, it just turned 205. He in the ring like, come on, boo. Come on, give me my title. So we shall see what happens with that. But I did want to talk a little bit live while it was on. So clearly, I will turn it back on after a while. But clearly, they are starting with the title change. So I might be back soon. Shit, I was going to give me a carry out and everything. But shit, they already starting with this. I might have to give me a carry out after I make my video that he won, child. But, what am I going to say? Clash of Italy, Cody Rhodes. Are we tired of him? Again, babyface, babyface, babyface. Are we tired of the babyface? He is this generation babyface. You just have to get used to it. Again, it's the truth. You have to get used to it. Again, every generation they will have this babyface that is top of the food chain. This is nothing new. This is wrestling. So again, this has been going on for years. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't understand what you meant at first, Frank. I thought you was going to watch the replay of, hold on, MLW. But I must have gotten you confused with Clash of Italy. So you're going to watch the replay of I keep saying tonight because, again, these pay-per-views are usually at 5 o'clock or, 4, which I consider almost evening. But, again, it seems that you will be watching this later on, but you watched MLW yesterday when it was live. It seems you must have watched the whole thing. I thought you meant you were going to watch the replay of MLW, that you saw some of it, but you were going to watch the full thing. I didn't understand that you were watching this later, so that makes sense. Okay, so here we go. They must have like a time thing. Time restriction, because again, they already starting this shit like from the jump. So damn, they already like, look at them. They already, like, that's Gunther. I didn't think my brightness is on the way. Oh, it's not. It's sure not. I don't like my brightness to be on the way. So again, so nice crowd. Clearly, nice crowd. Again, I don't like to bash WWE. Sometimes I just want them to do better, but it doesn't mean I am wanting their downfall. So I do feel like this. So they're starting this real early. She's okay. She ain't no Samantha Irvin. She's no Samantha Irvin. She know that. She know that. She know that. She ain't no Samantha Irvin. This Alicia girl. I'm not trying to be rude, but she ain't no Samantha. I feel like Samantha. Let me not say that. I might piss off the wrong person. I almost would say she was almost better than Lillian with the enunciations and just the way she pronounced the words and just the energy, the emotion. I always felt like she was very good at it. She actually made me care more about it. I kind of hate that when they were showcasing her a lot and like putting the camera on her a lot with Samantha. I was like, why are they doing that? Why they keep showing her? They never did that with Lillian. I mean, yeah, here and there they would show her, but with Samantha it was like they were trying to so bad make her own star. But I feel like she is one of the best to ever do it. The ring announcing that I heard. Again, I grew up with Lillian Garcia. I mean, clearly Lillian Garcia is still involved all these years later. So that's clearly the voice I grew up with the Ruthless Aggression era. But still, I did appreciate what Samantha Irvin brought to the wrestling industry with, first and foremost, I think she's like one of the first black females I've seen do ring announcing on television. And then again, just her presentation, the way she enunciates things, the way she brings the energy. It was something very different. I will say this Alicia girl, whatever her name is, I can see she kind of tries to imitate her a little bit, or she tries to add her own little flair to it, but it's kind of like, it's not as good as Samantha Irvin. I mean, it's good. I mean, if I heard it live, I wouldn't be complaining. It's still a good announcement. But again, Samantha Irvin is missed, I will say, in WWE. I'm not one of those people that like to be like, oh my God, they need to go to WWE. Oh my God, they need to go to WWE. Oh my God, they left and now they have to return. But I will say with her, she is missed from my viewpoint of her announcing. I won't say I want her to return if that's something she doesn't want to do, because again, I can understand the difference between a character and someone in real life. So again, if she didn't like working there, I don't want her to work there just because I liked her working there. So again, I feel like it's weird though when people do that. If she went to AEW and that's where Ricochet decides to stay, or if he's given a new contract where he's guaranteed a World Heavyweight Championship, so he signs for another contract when it's time for him to renew, and then she's like, you know what? Oh yeah, I forgot. She's still in this clause where she can't go anywhere since WWE put her in this like 2-year clause, I think. So allegedly she can't even leave until like the end of the year. But again, if she does sign with AEW, she would bring a lot of spunk to the announcing. Again, the announcers on AEW and TNA, I don't even know their names, to be honest. I think one girl's name is Miller. Gia? Is that her name? Someone named Mackenzie? Is she a backstage interviewer? Again, I went to school for broadcasting. I used to want to be on the radio. My aunt in Alabama, she was on the radio. And I remember when I was young and I visited my family in Dothan, which Dothan is totally different than Michigan. Not in a bad way, just totally different. I remember I went to the radio station, and I remember she showed me where she worked. I remember she showed me like how you can record things and press play and it would be pre-recorded. I'm like, oh my God, that's pre-recorded? You're not actually live? I'm like, no, baby, it's pre-recorded, some of the things, baby. And that is when I fell in love with radio broadcasting and wanting to be on the radio. That's why I have a communication degree. But I was going to go to a radio school called Specs Howard. They give certificates for radio, but I didn't want a certificate. So I ended up getting just a communication degree. Probably should have did journalism, but communication, I kind of like that field a little bit better. So again, I do appreciate someone that is good with announcing radio. I used to like to interview people, announcing, hosting events. I like people like that. So again, Samantha Irvin is missed. Just to close that story, again, I try to tell more stories about myself because I notice I do a lot of talking about the wrestling, and then I always say my catchphrase is Marquelworld, all things pro wrestling news, and my life, but then I really don't even talk about my life as much. So now I am starting to talk more about it. So yes, that is when I fell in love with radio and wanted to be on the radio. Clearly, everyone has a podcast, so everyone has a YouTube, so that's no longer something people who have passion do it. It's more people who just want to stay relevant. Now they do YouTubes and podcasts. So different world these days. So I'm glad I did not get a radio broadcasting certificate from Specs Howard. I'm glad I got me a communication bachelor's degree where I can actually use it for corporate jobs, like where I work currently at a call center for a health industry. So again, I do talk though. I take phone calls, take benefits, and claim calls for health insurance. So hey, this is Markel. Oh, this is your claim. Let me look at it. Oh, this is your benefits. This is how many times you can see that. You know, that's what I do. So I guess I'm talking in some way. But let's see what's going on. Oh, this is good. Like, this is good right here because as soon as I close it, it just goes straight to it. Like, it's already back to the match. You know, no refresh or nothing. As soon as I get to it. So, Gunther versus Cody Rhodes is starting the PLE. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. But I feel like I'm going to go off now. Been on for an hour and 13 minutes. It's about to be an hour and 15 minutes. Y'all know me. I will be back next week for sure. May make a video today. I don't feel like I'm leaving the house today. I left all day yesterday. If you didn't hear my story, it's in the beginning of the video. So again, talking about myself a little bit more. So I did tell you about my day yesterday and all that chaos to me. But I'm getting off. Thank you, YouTube. I'm on X, Bluesky, Instagram, TikTok, Marquelworld. I post at least 3 times a week here, so you guys will see me again. Again, I may post a video today. It seems like Gunther is going to win the pay-per-view, so I might as well just turn around and start recording right now. Say no. Let me see what happens first. But thank you for those that support. It was nice talking to you guys. It was nice talking to Frank. It was nice talking to Spetty. I guess after he found out that the Netflix thing, maybe he's trying to fix his server. So I said what I had to say. Now I'm gone, but thank you for your comment anyways. I hope all is well. The EO Juggalo, we've spoken before. I know you said whoop whoop. I don't know if you're talking about Trick Williams, but thank you. I have seen you before. I recognize your name, so it's nice seeing you. I hope all is well. Maybe the next time I go live, we can talk a little bit more. I hope all is well. I hope you're enjoying the pay-per-view if you left already. Kit Wilson, Twisted Cookie, thank you. I think I might have saw you before because that looks familiar. But thank you, Twisted. Don't think I ever told you thank you. I'm so sorry. I didn't name you. I just said thank you. So thank you, Twisted. Fidge Finder, thank you so much for the support and subbing. So again, if you did not sub already, please like and follow. Please sub. I post at least 3 times a week. Again, I keep telling myself this. I will try to advertise more. Please sub, please like, please follow. But again, when I get to chatting, I don't even think about that bullshit. I'm hoping the people that come in, they do sub. But again, I'm hoping the subscribe button, which I will have to fix, where if you actually click on it, it will do it for you. Will encourage people to subscribe instead of begging. But again, sooner than later, I gotta start asking more, I guess. But I'm done. Let's see what happens. Gunther versus Cody Rhodes. But let's see what happens. Maybe a title change to get the pay-per-view started and to get a lot of buzz, right? They're going to get a lot of buzz with the title change. But especially with Triple A and that Chad Gable and Kaiser match. That got a lot of buzz, right? So again, let me stop. This is Marquelworld. All things pro wrestling news in my life. See you guys on the